honestly, like what happened was I was just super annoying on the internet for like 2 months. I
Yeah.
mean, every single day I was posting videos from our song Paralyze, and I
Uh-huh.
said, we're gonna keep playing this, we're gonna keep posting this and tagging SiriusXM till they
Yeah.
play this song. And like, I mean, I was relentless. And then randomly,
Wow.
just I was out on a Sunday fun day with some friends,
Yeah.
and when I get a DM from SiriusXM Octane, like
Oh,
their TikTok profile
yeah.
with Vincent saying like, "Hey, I heard the song. It's awesome. Can you send it to me? And then I'll find a time to put it on test drive." But like Tokyo Ghoul says that, I feel like that's very telling because I had a well, no, because
Why?
to me, and this, no tea, no shade, but it was like it well, it was giving torture porn.
Oh. I mean, I
Because
could see that. Yeah.
After they cook it and do it all, they put one slice is a ghost pepper
Oh, okay.
oil that they put in the pizza.
Yeah.
And so one random slice in the box is just extremely hot. And
Oh.
it
what
makes
So
it just so much fun
they kind
because
of
you never know if
it's
you're
like a
gonna get it or
mystery.
not.
It makes
what
it like a game.
dude,
Yeah,
that sounds
exactly.
like a subtle attack. Like why?
It's almost like a
It,
Russian roulette thing,
it
but
is.
Yeah.
I'm going out, I gotta go. I'll bang a rang on the radio. So turn it up, I'm telling you. I think I'm ready for something new. Hey, hello, it's nice to meet ya. Hey, come in and have a slice of pizza.
Hi, I'm Noelle, the host of Pop Punk and Pizza, and today I'm joined by Haunter. How are you guys?
Doing well, doing well. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, of course. And I know some of you guys are originally from Texas. Can you talk about how you guys met each other or how the band started?
Yeah, I can kind of feel that one. So the band started honestly kind of out of the ashes of a band that I was in previously. Um, that one was had run its course. We all just kind of decided to break apart. And as I was kind of going through like processing like what it meant to kind of like not be in a band anymore, um, I had met Tyler Smith, who is our producer and our co-writer and collaborator. He was playing with his band Danger Kids, and he and I had just kind of become friends. Basically, anytime they would come through my town, I'd give them a place to stay. We'd just spend time hanging out, talking like music and all these things. And
Mhm.
he floated the idea. I was like, hey, if you ever get something else off the ground, like I'm down to maybe check it out and try to produce a song or two, and we'll kind of see where it goes. Um, but through that, I had remembered that Lucy, our vocalist, she and I had played a show together maybe a
Mhm.
few months prior to that. And so something that was really important to me with just kind of starting a new project anyway is that I wanted a different type of energy in the band. I was in a band with all dudes, and like that,
Mhm.
there's just this different type of energy when it's all dudes. And so I wanted something
Yeah.
very, very different than that. So I was like, okay, cool. I want it to be female fronted. I don't know what it'll sound like, but I know I want, uh, you know, like someone who
Mhm.
identifies as female to be the front person of the band. So I reached out to her, and lucky for me, I was like, hey, I am going to work with this guy. I want to put together like a project. I don't know what it'll look like, but are you down to fly to LA and come work on some songs? And we had not really like interacted, so we weren't like friends. This was just me
Mhm.
literally just sliding into the DMs and be like, "Hey, you're a dope vocalist. I need one of those. So
Yeah.
are you down to travel across the country and write music with a total stranger?" And so luckily for me, she said yes. And as we were kind of making the initial plans, I met Mark through Danger Kids as well. Their merch manager at the time, Jan, introduced us because Jan knew that I was starting the band. He was like, "Oh,
Mhm.
you got to meet my boy Mark. He's mad cool." I met Mark, and Jan's description was accurate. Mark is mad cool. Mark Mark is
Awesome.
chill as fuck. Mark is chill
Yeah.
as fuck. So the three of us kind of started hanging out and figuring out what the initial rough demo ideas would be.
Mhm.
We went out to LA and started working on stuff, and then my best friend at the time, Mike, he just was like, "Hey, like I've got nothing going on. Like I can come and film things." And next thing you know, he was making suggestions while we were working on songs, and they were
Oh,
really good. So he ended up kind of becoming our fourth member, and
oh,
Haunter
cool.
was born out of all of that.
Awesome. That's awesome. And you're releasing an EP called Game Boy on September 12th. How was the process of creating this EP? Like, what were like the main challenges that you faced when creating it?
Ooh, Marco, I'm gonna let you run this
Yeah, I
one.
was gonna say I mean, since we've been releasing singles and kind of doing it that way,
Hmm.
each song was, kind of meant to be its own identity, kind of have its own little sound and all of that.
Yeah.
And so I think when we were doing the EP, we had a couple of these just really pop songs that all kind of fit together well.
Hmm.
And all of them were kind of wrote at different times. I think one of them that's coming out, we just wrote it. mm, it was one of the most recent songs we wrote.
Hmm.
And then Game Boy was one of the first songs that we wrote. So they all kind of complement each other well. And I think it was a good time to just put out the EP.
Cool. And Catch Me If You Can is out right now, right?
It is.
Yeah, yeah,
Awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah. I'm real.
go check out that song.
Thanks. So for me, I think the challenge for the EP, like Mark was saying, like I think it was just kind of having the body of work that where things felt cohesive, and as we've been kind of putting singles out, trying to kind of find what our identity is and kind of where the fans are really kind of saying, "Hey, this is the stuff that connects with us, and this is the stuff that we're excited about."
Hmm.
We kept just kind of throwing things out there to put feelers out, see if something really like caught, like it
Yeah.
really grew some legs and went on its own. Um, and then as we kind of put things together, we found that things that are a little more like this kind of blend like rock and pop in some really interesting ways. Those were the
Yeah.
things that really connected with people. And
Hmm.
so as we sat down and looked at our songs, we're like, you know what, maybe it's time to put a collective body of work together. So all of these songs that are on the EP were all written completely separate. Like none of them were written as a means for them to go together.
Okay.
We just had to sit down and reflect and think, okay, well, what makes the most sense for existing material, and then what the stuff that we haven't released, what fits well and kind of pairs and has a nice flow.
Hmm.
And that's kind of how it all came together.
Awesome. And what are some artists or bands that inspire your music?
Ooh, so many, so many.
Yeah,
But if
I'm
I
sure.
That's a
well,
hard one to start with.
Well, like what are
there,
some that like mainly influence like when you're songwriting?
well, I think the cool thing is I think everyone in the band kind of has a different sort of source of inspiration.
Right.
Um, I think when it comes to the writing, I feel like I kind of handle the general direction of the song. So I'll have like an
Hmm.
idea or a vibe or something that kind of sticks out in my head, and then we just kind of build around that. And then obviously, Lucy and Tyler are really great like writing partners, so it all kind of blends together.
Hmm.
But for me personally, um, Churches is probably the biggest influence for the initial sound of Haunter. So I really love
Okay.
big synth pop type of thing. So like Churches, The Midnight. But if we're
Hmm.
talking like pop punk emo bands, I think the bands like The Main, Jimmy Eat World.
Hmm.
There's so many. If I'm wanting to go kind of the
Yeah.
more like rock focused things, I think bands like Amberlin and Acceptance and
Okay.
uh like those like I'm influenced by a lot of stuff. So I think early to mid 2000s pop punk and emo, and
Hmm.
then like early 2010s like synth pop are pretty much like the staples of my sensibilities when it comes to music.
Cool. Yeah, I can definitely hear those influences in your songs. And when you write songs, which instrument do you usually start with, or which one do you like record first?
Well, it depends. So I think for me, like I'm a guitar player, so it's
Hmm.
anything that I'm doing, or when it comes to music and chords, like I'm gonna start with guitar. But when we're in the studio, it really kind of starts with Tyler, myself, Mike, and Mark kind of sitting
Hmm.
down. Once we have a general feel, like, hey, we want to write a song that feels kind of like this, we'll sit down and then we'll start kind of just breaking out chord. We'll hop into um, what is it? Cubase. Sorry, it took me a second to think of the DAW that Tyler uses. But yeah, we'll
Hmm.
hop into Cubase and then we'll start kind of playing around with chords. So we'll just have like a general instrument, like so usually it's like piano or something, just for us to
Hmm.
write out chords, figure out like an arrangement, and we'll say, cool, we like these chords with this flow. Then it'll go into, okay, we have the bones of it. Now we start drums. So
Hmm.
drums are usually like the very first thing that gets tracked. So we'll do drums, we'll do bass, then we'll start kind of adding guitars and like production synth and all that stuff. And then
Hmm.
we always try to be very mindful to leave a lot of space for vocals because Lucy is a very dynamic singer.
Yeah.
So, and we're fortunate that she's so talented because it gives us a lot of leeway to give her space to just do her thing. So
Hmm.
whatever we do, we always try to make sure like, hey, does this give us enough room, enough runway for Lucy to really kind of sink her teeth into the track
Yeah.
and bring what makes it special to the music.
Yeah. Cool. And you worked with Tyler Smith, who's worked with I Prevail and Falling in Reverse, which is awesome. How did you get to work with him and what was that like?
We got to work with them because I guess it kind of circles back to how we started,
Hmm.
really, because you had met him. How exactly did that? You met him. How did you first get introduced to him? Was it at the Danger Kids show or?
So I met him in like right as Danger Kids got signed because they were doing a tour with Sleeping with Sirens.
Okay.
And so how I met the band is, and this is going back to the industry is always smaller than you realize. Like
Yeah.
let's start there. So
Okay.
well, I say that because at the time, like within Danger Kids, their bass player Jake used to kind of roll with a band called Callahan that was from Ohio, that my old band had played a show with.
Hmm.
So he was
It's
in
like all
it, and then
connected.
it's all
Hmm.
connected. And then
Yeah.
and then my old band had a publicist that knew Jake. So I told her like, oh, I was going to the show. She's like, oh, say what's up to my boy Jake. I meet Jake. We started kicking it, become friends. And then as I gave them a place to stay, Tyler and I started kind of hanging out like when we were at my place, just talking shop,
Hmm.
hanging out, like talking music, and we connected that way. Um, and it just worked out. Like he was such a good dude, and he was so open and willing to take on a band that technically didn't even really exist
Hmm.
Yeah.
and sit there and say like, hey, I can get in on the ground floor and I can help craft what your sound's going to be. And it was
Hmm.
something that I think he took on as a challenge for himself, but then I think, and I say this to everyone, I think Lucy was the thing that sold him on continuing to work with us. So
Yeah.
she's so damn good at what she does
Yeah.
that it just kind of like it makes everything else easy. Because I think for
Oh, that's
producers
good.
and yeah, I think for producers and everyone, like yeah, like they're skilled enough to where if things aren't lining up with the musicians, they can do enough to make it work and make it still sound good. But you can't
Hmm.
really take a bad singer and come out with a good track. So Lucy already had the raw materials of being an incredibly powerful vocalist. And on
Hmm.
top of that, she's a great writer. So you combine those two things, it just makes it easy. So I
Yeah.
think just her being so talented made it easy for Tyler to really do what he does, make the song shine. And I feel that without her, like, I don't know if there would have been an invitation to return. It would have been like, cool, you'll do these three songs, they'll do whatever they need to do for you, and you'll just kind of figure out what the next step is. But
Yeah.
because Lucy is so good, and between her, myself, and Tyler, we have such a good back and forth when it comes to writing lyrics and melody that it just made the sessions fun, and then it made it
Hmm.
easy. So it was rather than feeling like work, it was just
Yeah.
friends hanging out, being creative,
Hmm.
but coming out with a really dope product at the end of it.
Awesome. That's good to
So
hear.
that's how we started working with
Yeah.
Tom.
Great answer, buddy.
Cool. Yeah, great
You nailed
answer.
it. You nailed it on every front, dude. I'm so proud of you.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
It's like we share the same brain.
Yeah.
We are in sync.
Oh.
And what is your guys' favorite song that you've written as a band?
Ooh,
Ooh,
that's a good
yeah.
one.
Um,
Uh,
I- for me, Game Boy has always been one of my favorites, so I'm
Okay,
really excited to release this one.
cool.
yeah, yeah, Game Boy's is a banger, but so I feel torn because Untouchable is like one of my favorite songs that we've ever put out. It's so big, so anthemic. It's and
Hmm.
Lucy's vocals just carry that song, and it's so like I listen to that song, and at the last chorus, I'm not gonna lie, this is 100% true. I tear up every time
Oh,
I hear that song because it's so big and it sounds so
yeah.
good. I'm just like sometimes I can't really believe that I had anything to do with that.
Oh,
Like
well,
it
that's
blows
a
my
good thing.
mind. Well, no,
Yeah.
it's fucking awesome. Like
Yeah.
it's one of those like out of body experiences where you're just like I feel so
Damn.
removed
Yeah.
from it, but like I was in the room and I helped put that together, and it exists because all of us made it happen.
Yeah.
So I would selfishly say Untouchable, but we have so many songs that we haven't released yet, and I get excited when I think about how they're going to exist in the world.
Yeah.
Um, so I will say there's a song that we have called Grand Prize that I'm really excited to put out because I think it has probably one of the catchiest hooks that we've ever written, and
Cool.
Yeah,
I think that one's gonna be a lot of fun. And I think that one is gonna. I think where Game Boy walk is walking, so Grand Prize can run.
yes,
All right.
for sure. I like that.
Yeah, full stop.
Cool. And I know your music has been played on SiriusXM Octane. Which song did they play, and did they tell you guys beforehand that they were going to play it, or like were you just listening and they just happened to play it?
Well, so for the Octane thing, first of all, shout out Sirius XM, shout out Octane, Vincent Rockwell, and Jose Bengen. Like they were the ones who really supported it and really showed us a lot of love.
Hmm.
But we knew that we're gonna play it.
Okay. Yeah.
So
That's
at first,
awesome.
no, it was super fucking cool. But here's the thing, I thought it was fake.
Yeah, I
Like
would
I was like,
too. If that
I
was me, I
straight
would think it was fake too at first.
I was like, oh, this person's on some bullshit. Like someone's just fucking with me. I was like, ain't no way that
You're like,
Sirius
wait a minute.
XM
This
and
can't be real.
exactly. But what was cool is I had, we we're for being a baby band, we're very fortunate to have some friends who are doing really cool things in the scene and in the industry.
Hmm.
Um, there's a band from Florida. They're called Never Tell.
Uh-huh.
They're super fucking sick. They're signed to Epitaph, doing some
Oh,
amazing
cool.
things. Doing some amazing things. So shout out Never Tell. I'm actually wearing their hat right
Oh,
now
nice.
because
I was about to say,
hey,
I think that's the hat.
that's the hat. They're the homies. So
Yeah,
you gotta support them
gotta
any chance you
represent.
get, for sure. But I reached out to them and I was like, hey, y'all got test drive through TikTok as well. So is this legit? And
Yeah,
sure enough, like their vocalist Jeremy hit me back up. He was like, yeah, dude, like Vincent is the guy. Like if there's anyone who's gonna get you on Octane, it's him.
yeah.
And so
That's
we were just
crazy.
like, yeah, it was fucking nuts. It was one of the coolest experiences to hear our song on the radio for the first time. Because
Yeah.
I've never had a song on the radio. I've
Hmm.
done some cool things in my past band, but this was like one of the coolest fucking things that out of nowhere we
Yeah,
just took a shot. We were consistent, and it paid off.
yeah.
It paid off really well. So that was really fucking cool.
I mean, you know what they say, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So
Hmm.
Very true.
the more that
So
you like put stuff out there, it's like more likely to happen. So that's really
yeah,
cool.
yeah, and I'm hoping with Game Boy that we get another shot at you know getting some love from Sirius. Like I definitely don't think it's gonna fit
Mhm.
on Octane. Like I feel like if Game Boys played on Octane, we'd make everyone really mad. I think
Yeah, I don't
like
think
Yeah.
that would go too well.
yeah, that'd be a huge miss. But it definitely would play well on some of their pop stations. So
Yeah.
SiriusXM, I'm putting it out there into the ether. We're manifesting this.
Yes.
Yeah, we want to come back. We want to come back with some of our pop songs. So let's make it happen.
Yeah. That's awesome. And I heard you guys like anime. I don't know if it's you guys or the other members, but
Oh no,
um
it's straight up me.
okay. What are some of your favorite ones? Because I like animes too.
Ooh, okay, okay. So me, I like the shonen based stuff just 'cause that's kind of what I grew up with and what I that's how I found it.
Hmm.
So obviously you have your staples like One Piece, Dragon
Yeah.
Ball, Naruto, My Hero Academia,
Yeah.
um, Kaiju number 8, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Okay.
Um, let's see, what's one that I got into recently? I feel like I keep mispronouncing it, but it's called, I think it's like Furian or something like that. Like it's about
Hmm.
elf. This elf who, well, it's about this elf who joins this party of adventurers, and they
Yeah.
go off and defeat the big bad of their world and of their time. And elves live way longer than anybody else, right?
Yeah.
So she remains very young and youthful while all of her friends are growing old and dying. And
Hmm.
it's the story about her finding like I guess her new like chosen family and dealing with the grief of being
Mm.
like, I realized life was so short, but I didn't realize it. And now that these people are dying, like I'm really impacted by it. And
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's one that
Sounds
has,
interesting.
yeah, it had a surprising amount of emotional depth that
Yeah.
I was not expecting from that. And then,
Yeah.
you got another one I forgot to mention, Demon Slayer, which one of the
Oh yeah.
biggest animes of all time. Um, so yeah, like I love it. I mean, my bedroom, I have a bunch of posters from different series. Like I'm
Yeah.
building. I have a little collection of figurines that I've yet to kind of put into a case, but
Yeah.
yeah, I love it. I've loved anime
Cool.
for years.
Yeah. I need to watch more animes. But my favorites are Death Note, Tokyo Ghoul, Hellsing, and Black Butler.
Okay, so wow. Okay, so Tokyo
They're
Ghoul
like more
says
popular ones, but
yeah, those are popular, but like Tokyo Ghoul says that I feel like that's very telling because I had a well, no, because
why?
to me and this no tea no shade, but it was like it well it was giving torture porn
Oh, I mean, I
because
could see that. Yeah, it was
yeah because
very, very like very
intense, right?
violent. Yes, and gory.
Yeah, which I'm usually good with gore 'cause I don't mind seeing like blood, but like there's times where, like in anime where I feel like it gets
Yeah,
gratuitous.
it almost crosses the line. Yeah,
Yeah, and you're just like,
I know
and
what
Tokyo
you're
Ghoul for
saying.
me,
Yeah.
yeah, Tokyo Ghoul for me was like, I don't
Yeah, like at a certain point, it's a little much.
exactly.
Yeah.
But
But I think the
I mean,
story is good though.
yeah, it's a good story. So I'm not trying to yuck your yum on that one. It's
Yeah.
just it didn't find its audience in me.
Yeah. That's fair.
But
I
yeah,
grew up.
no, please, Mark, you were saying.
Oh, I grew up on the Miyazaki films, and so that's
Mhm.
about as far as I go.
Okay. I'm not
Yeah,
I
really
dude,
mean,
there's
familiar
so
with
also
those.
Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and I think there was
Yeah.
I'm missing one. I've been trying to think of it, but I can't think of it. But yeah,
dude,
mostly the Miyazaki ones is what I grew up on.
Cool.
I'll tell you, like, check out I actually think you would like Jujutsu Kaisen. Like it's not super long. Well, there's only like 2 seasons, so it's a short, easy watch. Like it's fun, it's action packed. I think you would dig
Hmm.
that one. Um, if you wanted to go off the deep end, I would say go all in on One Piece, but that's an
Yeah.
investment.
That's a
One
very long series. Yeah.
One Piece is an investment, but I will go on record in saying that I think it is the best anime series of all time.
Wow.
Hmm,
Yeah,
okay. Okay.
I do. I mean, it's the story is crazy. It keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper, and there's all this symbolism behind it.
Yeah.
It's really impressive, but it does it's an investment. It's an investment.
Yeah.
I will tell you that. So
There's so many
unless
books.
yeah, unless you have patience for it, like that one may not be for you. But if you're willing to give it a shot, I would strongly recommend that one.
Cool.
I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, I might check that out. What labels would you guys want to be signed to
Ooh,
if you were to sign to a label?
to me, there's only two that would. Well, no, I'd say four. If I had to put together a dream list, there's four labels. Um, Epitaph, just because like our friends are on
Yeah.
there, and I know that they treat their bands really well. Hopeless Records
Hmm.
would be awesome. And Thriller Records, I really like their roster. I love Honey Revenge. I love the home team.
Hmm.
Um, and then Fueled by Ramen, just because that
Yeah.
for me, like back in the heyday, like that was the label.
Yeah, it
Like,
was.
like for like you couldn't tell them nothing. They were killing the game.
Yeah.
That's funny. Like every label I mentioned has had their moments in the 2000s where they were like that label, where they're like, oh my God, the
Yeah.
goal was to be signed to one of them, and that was it. But
Yeah.
any one of those four, if they were to hit us up and be like, hey, like we kind of like what you're doing, keep going, and maybe if things make sense, we can kind of have a conversation. I would
Hmm.
absolutely be open to that. Like they have some really good teams, and the friends that we have that are on their labels say nothing but great things about the experience.
Cool.
So we'd love to just be somewhere where people are stoked to help us grow.
Awesome. Yeah, those are some good labels. They have some really good bands on there.
But
Um,
what are some of your favorite labels? Like, I mean, I don't know
Me?
if you thought, yeah, if you've ever thought that deep about it, but like I'd be interested in knowing that.
Yeah, I really like a lot of the bands on Fueled by Ramen. They're like my favorite bands. But yeah, Epitaph is good. Sumerian Records is good too.
Ooh, you know
They
what?
have a lot of
That's a
newer
good
bands
one.
on there. Yeah.
That's a good one.
I
I didn't
think,
think I
yeah,
didn't think of them. Isn't aren't Bad Omens signed to them?
I think so. I know Palais Royale is signed to them, and they're
Oh,
one of my
okay, yeah.
favorite bands.
Oh
So,
yeah, those guys are massive.
yeah, and they have some heavier bands on that label as well, so they're
Cool.
cool.
Yeah, I'll have to dig into that.
Yeah. And what's your guys' favorite venue that you've played at?
Well,
As
oh,
far as this band or just in
Yeah,
general?
in this band in Haunter.
well,
Warehouse Live?
yeah,
The one and
Warehouse
only.
Live. Yeah. So we literally, as a band, played our very first show about a month and a half ago. Like we'd been a band for
Okay.
5 years and we had never played a show. And I'll tell the story of this real quick. So there's a production team in our state called Third String Productions.
Hmm.
They they're based out of Dallas and they've been doing festivals. So if you know like things like So What Fest, they put that on, and there was one that they did in the holidays called Unsilent Night that was really huge. Um, but their team had hit us up a few times, like saying, "Hey, would you guys want to do a show?" And we kept saying no because we never really felt ready. But
Hmm.
at some point, we had bought all this equipment to play live, and we are just like, at some point, we just need to do it. Like we
Hmm.
have to just commit to playing live. And they hit us up around the same time. It was like, hey, we have this show. It's with Micah Relocate, which is a metalcore band from like our hometown.
Hmm.
And we love those guys. And they're like, yeah, you would come in, do direct support for the show. And it just kind of blew us away. Like the show was amazing. Shout out to all the bands that played, like FaceTime, Micah, like all the homies came through that night. Like
Awesome.
it was amazing. It was the best possible first show we could ever have hoped for.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Do you have any upcoming shows planned in the near
Yeah,
future?
yes, we do. We do have some shows that have been confirmed, but they have not been announced yet. So
Okay.
we're waiting on the production team to tell us it's a green light. But we have
Right.
some shows in October. We have a show offer. We have two show offers, one in November and one in December. So we are going to be booked
Cool.
and busy. We're
Yeah.
just we're in this spot where everything's going to feel really good, and there's a lot of
Mm.
opportunities for us right now.
Yeah, that's exciting. And anything else you guys have been working on that you want to talk about before we go?
Yeah, like I mean, I think for us, I would say one, thank you again so much for having us.
Yeah, of course.
But like obviously we have the EP coming out on September 12th.
Yeah.
Um, then after that, like you can definitely expect more songs from us. Um, Maybe not another EP for a little bit because we want to give this one some time to breathe, but there will be more
Yeah.
music following up really, really closely after this release. Then after that, we'll start kind of putting our heads together and seeing what makes sense from doing maybe some regional touring and see
Awesome.
how that goes. But yeah,
Cool.
that feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one last question, since this is the Pop Punk and Pizza podcast, I want to ask, what's your favorite kind of pizza?
Ooh,
The
see now that
hardest question of all.
that it really is. Um, okay, so are we gonna break this down as into like chain restaurants versus like local restaurants versus like what are we doing here? Like give me some
It
categories.
doesn't matter. You could do like local restaurants.
Ooh, okay. So if it's local, there's a restaurant in town called Tiny Champions that
Okay.
is absolutely amazing. Like it's in East Downtown, but their pizza is phenomenal. It's probably some of the best I've ever had. Um, but a close
Mm,
second for me is Gold Tooth Tony's, which is like Detroit style pizza. So I'm
yeah.
not sure if you remember, but Detroit style pizza,
Yeah.
just amazing. Like, and their whole vibe. Like, I'll have to send you a link to them. Like, you'll see the restaurant, you'll
Okay.
see like their branding, and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I fuck with them. I fuck with
Okay.
them. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
you'll have to send me a link.
oh for sure. So Tiny Champions and Gold Tooth Tony's, two best pizza places in the city, hands down.
Good to know.
Oh, dude, I like to go to this a lot. Uh, they've
Okay.
got this pizza called the Sweet Revenge. I mean,
Mm.
it's great pizza. It's like
Is it
Canadian
MCR
bacon.
themed by any chance?
No, it's not.
It just happens to have that name.
It does, it does. Um, it's got like hot honey and all this other stuff, but the real kicker is after they cook it and do it all, they
Mhm.
put one slice is like a ghost pepper
Oh, okay.
oil that they put in the pizza.
Yeah.
And so one random slice in the box is just extremely hot, and
Oh.
it
What?
makes
So
it just so much fun
they kind
because
of
you never know if
it's
you're
like a
gonna get it or
mystery.
not.
It
What?
makes it like a game.
Dude,
Yeah,
that sounds
exactly.
like a subtle attack. Like, why?
It's almost like
It
a Russian roulette thing
it
with
is.
Yeah,
It's
pizza.
like
called
what?
Reaper. It's called Reaper Roulette.
Wow.
Why?
I've never heard of something like that, but that's
Yeah,
interesting.
and
So much fun. It's like
I
the pizza's
s-
good. It's really good. It's not the
Yeah.
best pizza I've ever had, but it's really good. But just that little extra.
Yeah, it's a
This one
fun
may be
thing.
real hot, or this one might just be
Yeah.
regular,
You
and
don't know.
you don't.
You're
swear,
gonna
I
find out.
swear to God, Mark, if you ever play that game with me and I don't know it, oh, we fixing a fight.
Oh, you'll know. You'll definitely know because
Yeah,
the box says it all over it. They tape it up so that the right person gets the right order, and
What's the
yeah.
name of that
that
restaurant again that does that?
Zalat, Zalat, I think.
Okay. I might have to get some of that pizza and play that game with the band at some point.
It is
wow.
so much fun.
That's that sounds awful, man.
Yeah,
It does, but
Zalat, Zalat Pizza.
all right. I wrote it
That
down.
is crazy work. Absolutely
Awesome.
insane.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to do this interview. I really appreciate it.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
no,
thank you
thank you
for
so much
having
for
us.
Yeah, this was
yeah,
fun.
I
I
appreciate it
beat you
so
to it this
much.
time.
You son of a bitch.
Hey, hello.